What's going on, guys? Evan Preco here, and you are watching the SG1 Sports Big Ten Football Channel. In this video, I'm going to recap the Michigan State versus Tulsa game. And to get things started, we're going to go over Michigan State's team stats. Brian Lewerke was a starting quarterback. He went 21 for 37 for 192 yards and one touchdown. Connor Hayward was their leading rusher. He had 15 carries for 43 yards, and Darrell Stewart Jr. was their leading receiver. He had 6 receptions for 56 yards. They had 108 total rushing yards and 303 total yards of offense. For Tulsa, Zach Smith was the starting quarterback. He went 16 for 27 for 153 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Shamari Brooks was their leading rusher, only 6 carries for 0 yards. Keelan Stokes was their leading receiver. He had 6 receptions for 54 yards. They had a total of negative 73 rushing yards as a team, and they only had 80 total yards of offense. So to recap the game, to start things off, on their first possession, Michigan State scored when Brian Lewerke threw a 15-yard touchdown pass to Connor Hayward 3 minutes into the game. Good way to start the season if you're Michigan State. After a few empty possessions, Matt Coughlin hit a 38-yard field goal to extend the Spartans' lead 10-0 a minute into the second quarter. Michigan State would tag on another field goal, and their defense would force a safety to make the score 15-0 with 9 minutes to go in the first half. Michigan State's Raequan Williams would then force Zach Smith to fumble the ball, and it would be recovered by Kenny Willekes for a touchdown to go up 22-0 with about 5 minutes to go in the half. On Michigan State's next drive, they would kick a 44-yard field goal to go up 25-0 with 2.5 to go before halftime. And then just before halftime, Zach Smith would hit Sam Crawford Jr. for a 28-yard touchdown to get Tulsa on the board just before halftime. And then the halftime score was Michigan State 25, Tulsa 7. In the second half, Michigan State would kick one more field goal 40 yards to go up 28-7 with 2 minutes left in the third, and then neither team would do anything from that point on for the rest of the game, and Michigan State ended up winning the game with the final score of 28-7. Now, my initial thoughts and reaction. A win is a win. Michigan State got a good win, a good week 1 win for 2019, and not only a win, but they won by 3 touchdowns. They won 28-7. They beat Tulsa pretty handily, even though they were supposed to. So they should feel good about themselves going into the locker room and going into the week, getting ready for next week. One area of concern, in my opinion, is their offense, and that's kind of been the story of Michigan State. It was last year when their offense didn't really play as well as people thought they would. They were one of the worst, not only in the Big Ten, but in all of FBS and all of college football. Today, they only had 108 total rushing yards and only 303 total yards of offense. Now, that's good enough to get you some wins if you're playing Big Ten teams, but this is Tulsa. This is how much yards you're getting against Tulsa. I don't want to know how much you're going to get when you play Big Ten teams with good defenses like Wisconsin, Michigan, Northwestern, Ohio State, Iowa, Penn State, and others. So there is a lot of work for them to do offensively. But at the end of the day, I think that Mark D'Antonio is still a fantastic head coach, and I think that they will put their pieces together and they will figure some things out before Big Ten play. And let's just remember, it's week 1. There's always going to be some issues going on with week 1 with a team, being raw, maybe not having that much experience, and just figuring out where their identity is at. So I think Michigan State figured out a lot about themselves during that game. And I think that they'll be just fine. Tulsa, on the other hand, I'm not so sure about them. They were not a good football team last year, and I'm not sure how many games they're going to win this year. They could win some. I'm not exactly sure if they have negative 73 rushing yards and 80 total yards of offense. I don't really see them winning any games, but yet again, they were playing a Big Ten Power 5 team on the road today, so they'll play a lot better in their future conference games. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. How do you think Michigan State performed offensively and defensively? What do you guys think about Tulsa? How do you think they're going to do this year? How do you think Michigan State's going to do this year? I'm really interested to know what you guys think about all that, so please let me know in the comments section what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a great day.